Hi, this is Christine. It is February 12, 2015. It's in the afternoon evening. I want to share something that's coming to me. I got on Yahoo, which is my normal search engine whenever I want to look something up, and they have commercials now. On the main page, you can't get away from it, but they're doing a lot of advertising. Anyways, there's an advertisement for a Carnival cruise ship. I don't know if I'm allowed to show it because I don't want to do copyright, but let me see if I can do that. Okay, this is the picture. It's an actual amusement park on top of a Carnival cruise ship. Okay, what came to me, and it came to me just by looking at that picture. The abyss is the ocean. If you look at the picture, the ocean is black. It's dark water because it's deep. In its depths, there are funky looking fish. You know, you've seen them, the ones with the lanterns on their head. You got eels, sea snakes, and stuff like that. Leviathan lives there. Okay, we're going to talk about spiritual versus the physical ocean. Leviathan lives there. Life is going on top of the cruise ship. Okay, people are enjoying themselves. They are laughing, playing, having fun, enjoying themselves. Families are together, children are on the amusement parks, mom and dad are watching their children have fun. Life is going on the ship. Somebody accidentally is hanging out too close to the railing and falls overboard. Now they're in the water, way down, because there's no way for them to climb back up on that ship. They, quote, fell into the water, and they're stuck. So now they are easy bait for anything in the water that wants to come attack them. You got dolphins who will help you, and you have sharks who will eat you. And then you also have Leviathan, who is the behemoth, the whale, and he rules the, quote, underworld, because underwater is under. Okay, where you want to be is either on the ship or on land. That's where you're alive, because you're breathing, you're walking around. That's where life happens. You've got a house, a car, a family, sunshine, daylight. You have all that stuff on land or on the cruise ship. You don't have any of that stuff in the water. In the water, you lose everything. Okay, if you were to fall overboard, chances are your bags or your luggage, whatever, would probably sink to the bottom. You'd lose everything. You don't have a house when you're treading water in the ocean. You don't have a car to drive around when you fell overboard and you're treading water in the ocean. You don't have your family with you. You're isolated. You're by yourself in the dark waters of the abyss. So somebody on the ship sees you and decides to throw one of those white Lifesaver saving devices with the rope attached to it. They throw it out in the water to you for you to grab onto it, and so they can pull you to the ship and then bring you back on board where you will be safe, because no sharks or bad animals will get you in the abyss. when you're on board, when you're back on the ship, or better yet, when you're on land. Sharks cannot touch you as long as you're on land. The Lifesaver is Jesus. That's why he's the Savior. So he gets thrown out, and we need to grab onto him and let the people on the ship pull us on board. And then once you're on board, you're wet, you're dazed, you're startled, you're probably exhausted from treading water all this time with nothing. You haven't had food, you can't drink the water out in the ocean, it's too salty. Like the Dead Sea is very salty. There's death out there. And you're just trying to tread water. Jesus is the Savior. The goal of life is not to stay out in the water of the dark abyss, holding on to a lifesaver or a Savior all your life. The goal is to grab onto the Savior and let him bring you ashore. Let him bring you back into life. In this case, it's resurrect you from the tomb, because the abyss is the tomb. It's death. It's blackness. And there's no life out there. It's dark. You don't have a life. You isolate yourself. You don't have any contact with other people. It's just very isolating, because when you're in religion, you cut everybody out. And Jesus wants us to resurrect, to come back to life, to come on the ship, to dry out, and to have life and have it more abundantly. What I don't understand is when people want to stay in the dark waters of the abyss. A savior, the lifesaver, gets thrown out to you in the water, but they don't grab onto it because they think they're supposed to be in the water. They don't realize they're supposed to come back to life and live and have a family, have enjoyment, have your house, your car, whatever. The reason we fell short, because when sin is falling short of the glory of God, the reason we fell short is because we fell. Okay, it was this, Adam and Eve fell in the garden. It was a spiritual falling, and we fell off of the boat into the abyss, into death. Some people don't make it back on the boat. They get eaten by a shark, or they drown, or they die. They don't make it back on board. Some people are still treading water, and there's other people on the ship trying to get you out of the water, but the people are saying, no, I want to stay here in this water. This is where I belong, because I need a savior. Well, the Savior is there to save you from the water, to get you out of the water and back onto land, so you can get away from Leviathan, you can get away from the sea monsters and from the sharks. This is what I don't understand, where people's thinking. Guys, it's time to resurrect. It's time to come out of the water. You've done your time of treading water. Aren't you tired? Aren't you exhausted? Come back to life, guys. Grab onto the Savior, the Lifesaver, and let him pull you to shore, back on the boat. Don't just stay in the water. Because you know what? The boat is moving, guys. God is moving. And when the ship's gone, you're just going to be left out in the water, treading water by yourself. He's anchored right now. He's trying to get everybody on board. Why is it so hard for people to understand this? When they fight against you, that's them in essence saying, no, I belong here in this water. I'm not getting out of this water. They don't even realize they've fallen overboard. They can't even see that sharks are starting to circle around them because they want to have them for lunch. But the people on the boat can see an overview image. They can see what's going on around you, versus the person in the water can't see what's going on around you, what's going on around them. That's what came to me when I saw this picture of a Carnival cruise ship with an amusement park. And it's out on this huge abyss of a black ocean, which is the grave, death. Because people die in the ocean, they drowned. And Jesus is the lifesaver. He's telling you, come back on the boat and enjoy yourself on the amusement park. Join in with life again. Resurrect, guys. Come out of the grave. Thank you. Take care. And God bless. Bye-bye.